Today, I'm going to teach you guys how to use the Queen Charge Lavaloon attack strategy here at Townhall 10, Townhall 11, and Townhall 12. I'm going to be detailing with you guys the best tips and tricks on how to identify bases that are perfect for this attack strategy, as well as spell placement and the key objectives that you're looking for in this attack at each of those Townhall levels. Stay tuned. Alright, so we got our first example here coming from Townhall Kiba, and what you're going to see with this strategy with the Queen Charge Lavaloon here at Townhall 10, it's a little bit different and other than other strategies, since you don't have to really worry about an Eagle Artillery or the Giga Tesla. However, here you do have to worry about the Infernos, but that isn't really a problem, since what you'll see is that what he's going to do is he's first going to identify the base. Why is this base weak to the Queen Charge Lavaloon? It's because of this compartment right here. And the main reason why is because notice how it's in an L shape. There's no wall here blocking it off where the queen's going to have to target the wall. No, because it's kind of like this, it's going to be really, really easy to just go over here and then take out the enemy king, or I'm sorry, the enemy queen, the enemy CC, and then whatever other value. So the main objectives that you want to get with this is you want to mainly get at least 1 to 2 of those air defenses and the enemy queen and enemy CC. Anything else is fair game. If you get an Expo, if you get an Inferno, if you get a Wizard Tower, an Archer Tower, if you pull any traps, that's really, really good because that will help your Lalo in the long run. So he basically was able to do a really good job at identifying it. Now, the next thing is going to be the funnel. So what you'll see is that he's going to do a good example of setting a funnel. He has a Valkyrie there, and a Wizard's also going to help there on the back end. You'll see is that the Valkyrie is going to basically tank for that Wizard and allow him to create that funnel for the queen. He uses the Coconut Loon here to see if there were any SAMs, which there was actually, so he pulled it really, really nicely. And you'll see is that now he's using 1 test wall breaker. You usually want to do that in case there's like a small bomb where that little wall breaker. So if there was a small bomb there, that could have spelled danger for these. That's why he used that 1 singular wall breaker to help find anything, which you can see they were right next to that mortar. Now the funnel's been set on the other side with the king, and the queen will no longer walk that direction as there's no need to. There is a defense, actually there's 2 defenses that are really, really close to her sight range. Now the enemy CC is going to come out. You gotta poison that. Again, you can't just allow the queen to basically pick all of that off. You usually bring a poison spell. That's usually a good idea. Bring a max one. It's a really good idea if you do so, especially at Townhall 10, since you only have 35 housing space there at Townhall 10. So what you'll see is that now he's going to drop in another healer, since the previous healer, I believe, did get taken out. But you'll see he just saved it up there. So now he's going to start the Lavaloon portion, and with this portion, you're going to see that the haste spell is going to come out on the outside of the base, and the main reason is to boost them to get into the base. They're not used mainly to, like, inside the base unless you have it left over. Usually getting them into the base is your main priority. So you can kind of see using the rage spell in the base and then using a heal spell there. But since all of his loons have been deployed, he can then just use the haste spells on the inside of the base, just like how I said. Now you can see that the Stone Slammer has not been picked off all too much. There's not too much left that can really do a lot of damage to it, like air defenses. So what you'll see is that now those skelly traps there, they are going to harass the loons. However, he still has the Stone Slammer, and it's going to then pop into more loons that you guys can see. And he's going to use that heal spell, maybe, but probably not, just because there's not too much left. Nope, he is still going to use it because there is a lot of DPS there with the skellies. But you'll see is that, boom, he was able to identify the base. He was able to do all of that. So really, really good job to him on this attack. But you can really see how strong this attack strategy is here at Townhall 10. Even though his Queen Walk did die out, he started his Lavaloon portion at the right time and was able to easily get the 3-star. So there you guys go. That is really how you identify bases with the strategy, and let's go ahead and take a look at Townhall 11. Alright guys, so we've got Ghost here giving you guys your example here at Townhall 11, and this time it's going to be a little bit different than Townhall 10. What are you looking for in this attack? And why? What was the reason that this base was so weak to the strategy? Well, he doesn't have a jump, but he has 5 wall breakers here. He's going to do the same thing, just like the Townhall 10 example. But what you'll see is that, again, primarily you want to get the key objectives again. You're going to see that he's going to get a multi, he's going to get the enemy CC, the enemy queen, the air defenses. Those are your kind of like almost your primary sort of defenses to get, especially those multis, since they do get a little bit more damage at Townhall 11, definitely making them definitely a lot more threatening. However, even though I'm not saying the Eagle with this one, just because you have the Grand Warden with you, which you can pop that at any point, especially if it targets the loons. But if you get mainly the enemy CC, enemy queen, and at least 2 air defenses, you are actually really good, because you don't need to get anything else. Just like Townhall 10, just a tad bit different, but you also want to try and get that Inferno. If you can't, bring a heal spell. That's usually a really good idea, to bring a heal spell. But you can see Ghost is not. He's bringing another rage spell. So, why was this base weak to it? Well, you can get 2 air defenses really easily by just using a queen charge, and it opens up the queen and the enemy CC compartments. You can see that long, sort of narrow section right here that basically opens you up to the core, even getting at least 1 of those air sweepers. Maybe 2 actually, just seeing the size of it. So let's go ahead and take a look at his attack, and we're going to kind of explain more about spell placement here at Townhall 11. The strategy does still work, and you guys can see why. Even though I'm sharing this video with you guys, you can see why. It is very strong. Queen Charge is dominating Clash of Clans right now. You've got Queen Charge, Mass Baby Dragon at Townhall 10. I can't wait to see what the next Queen Charge, other than Queen Charge Lavaloon, what the new Queen Charge attack is going to be at Townhall 11 and Townhall 12. So what you'll see is that Ghost here is basically, again, sets the funnel with at least a baby dragon there and the king. So you can see, good funnel has been set. And what you'll see, again, using a test wall breaker after it's been used, he uses a free spell to keep those wall breakers alive. And you'll see is that now he's going to work into the base and poison the enemy CC. You always want to do that. Just remember, use that poison the enemy CC. It's usually a good idea. A lot of new people probably won't know how to do that. However, by seeing this, you kind of understand using the poison spell there to poison the enemy CC is a good idea, especially at every town hall that you unlock it. Townhall 8 to Townhall 12. So you'll see is that now Queen's going to be able to get all of the value that I said, including the air sweepers, getting the enemy queen, enemy CC, 2 air defenses, and expo, which is really nice, and also getting whatever else. So now what he's going to do is he's going to start the Lalo portion here. Again, he has the haste spells there, primarily for the loons to go into the base. Now what you'll see is that after the wizard tower has been taken out, they move straight to the eagle. So now it's not even a problem. However, the multi here is going to be a problem. Hasting the loons up into that multi is definitely going to take it out. So now one threat has been taken out. Now the air defenses there on the back end are going to be the other problem. So he's going to pop the Grand Warden's ability there, which you usually want to do when you know that you're going into a high DPS area, especially like if there's ground defenses, do that. But if there's air, then definitely pop it when you can. Even though that his Grand Warden did go out, he's going to be able to finish the raid here with that Queen Charge. Even though on the Townhall 10 one, she died, this one, it still lived. The Queen Charge is still going through, and it's actually going to finish up the rest of the base with the loons right there as well. So there you guys go. That is how you guys use the Queen Charge Lavaloon here at Townhall 11. We just went over the Townhall 10 one in the last example, But Ghost here, showing you guys a really nice example of how to use it at Townhall 11. It still works at this Townhall, no matter what the base was, but you can see where he got the value, and you can kind of understand his thought process in this attack. So now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Townhall 12 attack. Alright guys, so we got Massacre showing you guys your last example with Townhall 12. So, what are you looking for in this base? Well, when you're looking at a Townhall 12 base to use this strategy on, what you want to see is, can I get one air defense, an Inferno, at least one air sweeper, if you can. If you can't, that's fine, but that's usually a big help. As well as, can you get the Eagle? Especially since a lot of people are still using this as a compartment here. That's not a good idea, and you can actually abuse that. So if you see that an Eagle is pretty exposed, you guys can still use it, and as well get the enemy CC and enemy Queen. So if you can get those 3 defenses and then those other 2 key objectives, those are usually a really good idea to use this strategy. Now, why was this base weak? Well, you don't see any glaring weaknesses. It was just Massacre did an extremely well done Queen charge. He was able to break in here and then break in again to basically break into these 2 compartments and get the enemy CC and the enemy Queen and the Eagle really, really easily. He even got those 2 expos there, so those twin expos. So definitely a very, very good Queen charge. And really, all it goes is to that. Do you see any value that you can do on the opposite side of the base with the Queen charge? Then feel free, go for it. So now what you'll see is that Massacre here is just going to go through it with you guys. So the main thing you want to do, again, like any strategy, is setting a funnel. You really, really want to do that, because if you don't do that, well, you're going to have some issues, because the Queen may not go in the direction that you want her to go, and you might not take out the enemy Queen. So even though in the previous video, though, I did share that even though if the Queen doesn't go down, you can still take her out with other methods, just like at Townhall 10, but Townhall 12 is a little bit different, especially since all the defenses are a little bit stronger. So what you want to do is you want to try and break into the base. You want to make sure that you know where to break in. And again, using a coconut loon is a really good idea. If you guys have never heard of that, it's just using one loon to soak up any SAMs or air targeting traps for those healers. So what you'll see is that now you broke into the wall, and what you'll see is he's going to break into another layer of walls here that he just uses just a few of those wall breakers, and he's actually going to be able to break into the next compartment just because he uses another wall breaker right there, just because the other one also made it. And you'll see that the wall breaker is actually being healed up too, preventing it from dying. And now what you'll see is that, boom, he breaks into there, and notice all the value, like I said. He's going to even get a Tesla, which is perfect. So you'll see is that he's going to get an air sweeper, he's going to get twin expos, he's going to get the enemy CC, which again he poisons, and then he also will be able to get the enemy Queen and the Eagle pretty dang easy. So definitely what I would say is almost a must-use strategy here at Townhall 10, or I'm sorry, at Townhall 12. I keep saying Townhall 10, but you can see, boom, pops the Queen's ability and gets rid of the Eagle. That is one less thing that he needs to worry about when attacking and knowing to when to pop that Grand Warden's ability. So now sending everything in, again using a haste spell to basically get the loons into the base. Now you can also use a rage there to help as well, and you'll see is that now the Giga Tesla has popped up. However, he's going to pop the Grand Warden's ability so that then nothing in there is going to die. He's going to use another haste there on the outside of the base to get them in, and then he's going to use the haste on the inside there to help the loons that came from the Stone Slimer. And you can just see placing the haste spells where those loons will travel to and take out those defenses quicker than getting rapidly hit time after time, especially since the damage, how it goes here in Clash of Clans, is damage per second. So less seconds that you can have underneath an Inferno is more time that the loons will be able to travel there and take it out. So you guys go. Massacre giving you guys your last example, and hopefully you guys did learn something from this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more of my content. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. If you guys want to join the XHumanity family, the link to the Discord is going to be in the description below. And if you guys want to go ahead and follow me on the social, my link to my Twitter and to my Discord is going to be in the description below as well. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Corrupt, signing out.